You're tuning in to Young and Excellent, and welcome back. And thank you for listening, quite honestly. This is a channel where we provide a platform to young people, young artists, young professionals, young anything under the sun. You name it, we got it. We love it. So make sure you subscribe, like, and follow, and definitely join our journey as we discover who is young and excellent in Sarnia Lambton. And thank you to the Sarnia Journal for publishing us, sponsoring us, supporting us. You guys are seriously fantastic, and you uplift so many voices in this community. And also, I feel like everybody should know that they do daily email blasts, which are fantastic if you want to stay connected within Sarnia Lambton. So make sure to subscribe and follow them, and then you'll get all of your news sent to you by email, which is top tier. Thank you, Sarnia Journal. We greatly appreciate you. So sit down and enjoy a thrilling conversation with Kaenen about sports, being an athlete, and high school life. And have a fantastic time listening to my voice or watching my face. I'm your host, MadFish. We out. Well, welcome to the show. Last time you were on, it was the Coach Go Show, Our Generation, and now it's Young and Excellent, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And so obviously you're young and excellent. So tell me about yourself. Where do you go to school?
I go to school at St. Pat's.
Oh, nice. What grade?
Grade 10.
Grade 10. Okay, so you got over like the hurdle of grade 9.
Yeah, like
and
now the ways now.
Yeah, and you just finished second semester? Or
yeah,
no, first semester?
Yeah, first semester.
Into second semester.
Mm-hmm.
How you liking it?
It's harder for sure, but it's fun.
Oh, why is it harder?
Because I have math and science in the same unit, and so it's a lot of homework.
Yeah.
Just a lot more work and time.
Do you have it back-to-back on your timetable?
No, it's
okay,
like
that's
math,
good.
then French, then science.
Okay, at least you get like, you know, French and
break.
Lunch. I almost said religion. That's not what you said at all. But yeah, so what do you do like outside of school?
I do a lot of sports.
Oh, cool.
I do wrestling for the school team, a lot of
nice.
tournaments in that. And I also do soccer for the travel team. And in the spring, I do rugby for the school team too.
Oh, wow. So you're just always active in every single season?
Yeah.
Do you do indoor soccer too, or just outdoor?
Yeah, I do indoor.
What? That is nuts. And so you just travel around playing soccer. Is it just in Ontario, or do you cross over the States?
No, just in Ontario.
Why do you love soccer so much?
I don't know. I'm pretty fast, so I don't know. I just like it.
Yeah, that's super fair. I am not as much of a soccer player. I do like playing soccer. I'm in a play right now that involves soccer, but I prefer basketball. So I'm a little bit of a sport queen myself, and so obviously you seem like a sport king, which is pretty cool. What about rugby makes it fun for you?
I like tackling. I like the.
I like tackling. I like how that's like the first thing that comes into your mouth.
I like the competitiveness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to be very like physical. That's why I like do wrestling and stuff. It's very like aggressive, and it's like a team sport too. So it's
I love
nice
team
and fun.
sports.
Yeah.
But so I know that football and rugby a lot of times get like kind of compared to one another. So you obviously didn't list football. So why would you choose rugby over football?
I like rugby more because there's no equipment, so you could like move more freely.
That's a really good point. I never actually thought about that.
And also, like, you can only tackle from under the waist, so less chance of getting, like, brain injuries and stuff.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. I never played rugby, like, you know, full out, but I played, like, recreational rugby up at university. So it was very much, like, more slower pace. It wasn't, like, with people who really knew what they were doing. But I think what I loved the most about rugby is when you're on the field, it's, like, you're almost in a war zone and you've got like your buddies with you and you're just like going after it and trying to get a try. And I love that.
I know the energy's very like hyped or intense.
Yeah. And then like I also like how short people like myself find a great spot in rugby because there's always a good like little shorty that's like passing it up.
Yeah.
Isn't it like the hooker? That's what it's called? Or is that a different position?
I don't really know the positions that much.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I just know that I was told I'd be really good at rugby. And I'd be really good at wrestling because I have a low center of gravity.
Yeah.
So now on to wrestling. Why do you love wrestling so much?
Pretty much the same reasons as rugby. I like the competitiveness of it. And I like just learning like combat sports. And also, it's very like intense, so it's always a workout.
Yeah, big time.
So
Isn't it like Robert California from The Office says that like one night of wrestling is the equivalent of like working out for like 30 days or something like that? Because you're just constantly going.
Yeah, it's very intense. It's only 4-minute rounds, but those 4 minutes are very tiring.
Yeah, I can only imagine. So have you like actually competed? Like have you gone to OFSA or?
No, I didn't make it to OFSA.
Hey, that's okay.
But yeah, I've came like first and second place before.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're really good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you say that's your favorite out of the three?
Yeah, I like it the most, probably because I'm the best at it.
That's like your favorite. That's where you like thrive and just like love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like for wrestling, I know it's like individual sports, so you're not doing team sport. And soccer and rugby is much more relied on a team.
Yeah.
What about like going out on your own, like on a mat? Like what does that kind of feel like? I've never done it, so I don't know.
It's definitely a lot more scary because you're all by yourself versus someone else. But once the match starts going, I feel like it's a lot less pressure because you don't have to like, your team doesn't have to rely on you. You just rely on yourself.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point because I know I used to play like badminton a lot, and I loved when I just could play single because then it's like I didn't have to worry about anybody else. So that's actually a really good point. And if somebody were wanting to join the wrestling team at their high school or even in college or university, what would be your advice to them?
I would say, yeah, definitely do it. Like, even if you're not the best, you'd still get a workout in and it'll keep you in shape. And yeah, it's a good sport to learn.
Yeah. So you obviously saying like it will keep you in shape, it will keep you active. So you value that a lot in your life.
Yeah.
Clearly, as if you're a sport king, obviously you got to. But why do you value it so much?
I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest. I just like it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I know for me, I have really high anxiety.
Yeah.
And so if I don't get like my workout in the morning, if I'm not playing sports or like being really active, I find I have a lot of excess energy that I need to burn off. Is that kind of like how you feel? Or is it more about like, I just love being young and my bones don't crank and crack every time I walk?
Yeah, I think it's important to keep yourself in shape because, then you feel like more confident and like just better. And it also just helps you like in your everyday life.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you find you have like a lot of like friendships that come out of sports, or do you have like your friends and then your teammates?
Yeah, you definitely make some friends through wrestling. I've made a couple. Yeah.
Do you guys like train together?
Yeah,
cool.
We train every day but one day.
Every day?
Oh, like every school day.
Okay,
so like
I was
4
like,
out of the
whoa.
5 days.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, the practices are usually like 2 hours to an hour and 30 minutes. So yeah, you get to know everyone on the team, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, and you guys get to like kind of spar against each other, right?
Yeah.
Is that like fun during practice?
I find it like, yeah, I definitely find it fun. But I'd rather like spar against some like random people because I like to be competitive.
Oh, fair. You don't want to hurt your friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My cousin once broke his pinky during a wrestling practice. It was really, really bad. It like literally snapped like all the way down. And I walked into the office and I saw him and like everyone was telling me how much of like a fighter he was because it snapped during a spar session. He stood up and was like, coach, we got a problem. And wasn't even like phased that he just like has a snapped off pinky. Have you ever seen something like that at like your wrestling practices?
Yeah, for sure. I've seen a lot of injuries. I remember like someone got like, they didn't wear wrestling shoes to like a tournament.
Oh no.
And they like slipped and like their ankle was facing the other way.
See, like I love sports, but like when it comes to the injury part of sports, I have such like a just disgust for it because it happens all the time. I got my ankles broken during a basketball game. So you know how like you want to break somebody's ankle by like making them fall? I actually legitimately broke my ankle doing that. I am like the old wives' tale of it, I swear. And it just comes with the game.
Yeah.
Are you ever scared of getting injured?
Well, I like train, like I stretch every day and I train proper technique so that doesn't happen.
Oh, fair.
And also like when the adrenaline's happening, I don't really like care about hurting myself. I just care about like winning.
You sound like every coach's dream. That's like, literally, like you're talking so much about like, you know, practicing and making sure you show up and making sure that like the adrenaline just takes over and you just care about winning. Like that's a fantastic mindset to have as an athlete.
Yeah.
So is this something you're looking to continue in your life, just continuously being an athlete?
Well, I always want to stay in shape, but I don't think I want to go pro in any like
No.
sports or anything.
Would you do like university or college recs?
Yeah, I'd probably do like university wrestling.
Oh yeah, that would be so much fun. I remember the wrestling team at York. They had such a cool like brotherhood and sisterhood. It was like fantastic. Compared to all the other teams, actually, I would say they were the closest.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you get a bond with someone and you like watch them fight and they watch you fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more like of a bonding experience than if you're just playing like soccer or something.
Yeah, I also find that like when you get to cheer on your teammates as opposed to playing with them, even if they make a mistake, like you're always going to lift them up as opposed to tearing them down. Have you ever had an experience on the field with like soccer or rugby where like you've made a mistake and like people have kind of like ragged on you a bit? Yeah.
Especially if it's like an important one.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel that way whenever I play any team sport because sometimes I can get easily distracted and I'll like miss something or I'll miss a pass or a shot. And I always just like feel that weight of like I just let everybody down.
I know.
How do you like combat that though? Like how do you overcome that every time you step onto a field or a court?
Well, I'm always nervous every like when you're warming up before the match. So, you know, I just warm up. But then once the ref blows the whistle, the nervousness just goes away and I just like become like focused in the match. Yeah, and I just try my hardest and do what I remembered in practice.
That's really all you can do.
Yeah, I know.
But that's actually like really a good mindset to have because you are choosing to remain in the moment.
Yeah.
So instead of going future focused about like, oh, what if I don't catch that pass? What if I don't make that goal? What if? You're literally just like that once that whistle goes, my mind is on this and only this. That's really cool.
Yeah. The hardest part about wrestling is like, especially if the other guy's like the same skill as you, is you'll both be really tired by the end.
Oh,
so it's a lot harder to like go for a double leg or to stay in a low stance. That's what most people like fail in.
Yeah, because you have to have so much endurance.
Yeah,
because even if
sure.
they're 4-minute rounds, like I feel like 4 minutes is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot of time to be like, you know, really using all of your muscles. That's what you're doing.
Like it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it feels like so much. Like I've like almost thrown up a couple of times after matches.
What if you threw up on the person? What would happen? Did they stop it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, dang. I would be like, use it to your advantage. Throw up every time. No, obviously that's disgusting. Don't do that.
I know.
But so for you, like I just like I'm hearing so much commitment to like these sports and your teammates. So like you do 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing soccer, I'm sure it's even more than that. And when you're doing rugby, I don't know if they ever intersect at all or if they're all different times.
Soccer's usually in the summer, and then wrestling season's done by then. So
true.
I get to do like stay committed to both of them.
Oh, that's nice. And then also if you get injured in one, you have time to recover, which is nice.
Yeah.
So what about that commitment like makes you go yes? Because that seems like a lot of time. And for folks listening and watching, they're probably thinking like, you know, teenage guy, like probably want to do like, you know, other things like hang out with friends or like what about the commitment makes you think it's worth it?
I don't know. Well, like I said, because I don't really do much at my house besides like studying. So it's either like wrestling or studying.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So you kind of get your social time out of wrestling too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for you, like, and for anybody listening that would like to join sports or team sports or wrestling or anything like that, what would you say about the commitment? Like, do you think you have to be fully dedicated, or is it something that you can kind of dabble in? Like, what would be your expertise on the commitment it takes to be an athlete?
Well, like if you're just doing like house league soccer, you obviously don't have to stay committed. But like the higher of like a rank, like if you do travel soccer, then you definitely gotta stay more committed, like show up to practices, maybe even practice in your free time.
Yeah.
In wrestling, the coaches like wouldn't care as long as you show up to practice. And if you don't train on your own time, it's only gonna hurt you, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're just gonna get crushed on a mat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually really, really fair. So outside of sports, what do you get up to? And outside of studying? So you said studying or sports, but is there anything else you like to get up to in Sarnia?
Yeah, me and my friends. I have some friends in Brights Grove. They live pretty close to me. We always like bike around, hang out, and we just do some like fun stuff.
Oh, that's so nice. What's your favorite part of those kind of nights when you just get to bike around with your friends?
Yeah, they're definitely really like fun. You know, we do a lot of like crazy stuff.
Like what? Obviously, I know your mom's in the audience, so don't go too wild with the answer.
Know.
But what crazy stuff do you get up to?
Like I remember one time, me and my friends, we like set up in the tent, and it was like the winter out.
Oh, cool.
And then we got like a yellow kayak, and we tried to like go on the lake with it. But
In the
then
winter?
yeah, but then my friend fell in, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah. Just watching him go. Did his body see stuff? It was probably cold.
Well, it was weird because it was like he was just slowly sinking. So
Was there a hole in the boat?
yeah, it was just one of those Costco kayaks. So
Oh, did you cut the hole?
No, it was already there.
Good. I was gonna say you just sabotage your friend.
Yeah.
So that's fun. So you live in Brights Grove.
Yeah.
That is really cool. I love Brights Grove. The beaches, like in the summer. I find that in the winter there's probably less things for you to do.
Yeah.
Do you like think that like you can still enjoy your time at Brights Grove outdoors even in winter?
Yeah, me and my friends still go biking even if it's winter. It just makes it more uncomfortable.
Yeah, because then you have to wear layers and then you start sweating and then you want to take off the layers, but once you take that off, then you're freezing. it's a little bit hard to balance that out. Yeah, so in the summer, what is your favorite thing to get up to in Brights Grove? Like for people listening and watching who don't know anything about Brights Grove, what would you say the summer months bring?
Definitely a lot of swimming, a lot of biking around.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we just like bike to friends' houses, pick them up. We like bike into like Sarnia, get some ice cream.
You bike into Sarnia, like through that trail?
Yeah, we bike like a while. We bike to Point Edward, get ice cream at like Albert's.
Man, good for you. How do you not sweat buckets?
I don't know, we like jump in the lake, like we jump.
Fair.
I don't know, like under the bridge.
Yeah.
Like
you ever do like the river run where like you go down and then you go all the way to like where like you jump off?
Yeah.
Like,
we just
be
like let
careful
the
with
current
that.
take us.
Everybody listening and watching, be careful when you're doing that. Don't go near the boats.
Yeah.
That's really cool. See, I've biked to Brights Grove a few times, but I remember the most recent one was like in 2016. And I sweat so bad. I had to put my whole outfit in my friend's dryer, and I had to like literally stand in like her bathtub just being like, I have to like dry off because I was sweating so much. Like, how do you even manage that? I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, well, we definitely jump in the lake like when it gets hot.
Yeah.
And also like it's not too hard for me because me and my friends go biking so much.
Yeah,
it's kind of
true.
like we're used to it by now.
Yeah, especially if like you're playing sports all the time. You probably have like a higher tolerance than I do. But I also am just a sweater. That's just who I am. But that's really, really cool though that you like get to do that during the summer months. Yeah. Then you get bridge fries, little ice cream cone, live your best life.
Yeah,
you also
it's really
have freedom
fun.
too.
I know.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about like studying too hard or like anything like too much, like a future.
Yeah. Oh, isn't that nice? You don't have to worry about your future. Wait till next year when you're in grade 11 and your grades matter. That's a little scary.
Well, no, we still like study and do good in school.
Okay, good. I'm happy to hear that. So about next year though, because you are taking a step towards like more college, universities, apprenticeships, all these things are going to be looking at you. Do you feel like ready for it?
Yeah, as long as I like study hard and I plan on my courses to what I want to be, I'm not too afraid of it.
Oh, that's good. But like in terms of your path then, like where are you hoping to kind of launch yourself?
Like somewhere in like the police force. I'm looking to join the task force.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to keep in shape and you like have prioritized fitness and all that kind of stuff. Like that's a really good career path for you.
I know.
What about it like makes you go, yes, that's what I want to do with the rest of my life?
Well, I definitely like the like intensement of it, like going on like missions and stuff. I also like protecting the community.
Yeah,
and get rid of the crime.
Are you a protective person in general?
No, not really.
No, you just like the idea of protecting your community, but you're not protective of like your friends.
I also think it'd be like more interesting.
Oh, why?
Cause you're like always like doing interesting stuff, like jumping off boats into the water and like.
You want to live
going
an
on
action
helicopters,
movie, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, would you want to like level up into like FBI kind of area, or would you rather just stay like within Sarnia?
Yeah, I haven't really like made that decision yet.
That's fair. Let the opportunity come to you first.
Because I don't want to have to do a lot of paperwork. I just want to like do missions.
Yeah, that's fair. No matter what though, you will have to do paperwork.
I know.
Have you watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No.
Oh, you need to. If you want to be a cop one day, you gotta watch that because it will explain all that process to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really, really cool though. Are your friends also hoping to get in the same kind of field, or are you the only one?
No, I don't really know what my friends want to do, to be honest.
Yeah, you probably won't know till like graduation
Yeah.
when everyone's like, this is what I'm doing. Because I feel like that's kind of happened to me when I was in grade 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it feel weird to be in grade 10?
I mean, like, not really. I remember in grade 8 thinking, like, high school is going to be, like, it's so long. But now I'm here, and it's, like...
Halfway done almost.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what was different for you, like, in that grade 8 moment of envisioning your high school life? Like, what is different about that? Because now it's here.
Yeah, I know. Well, high school moves so much faster than middle school.
Oh, yeah. Big time. I felt like grade 6 to grade 8 felt like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then grade 9 to grade 12 felt like 3 months.
High school is a lot more interesting because every, like, there's semesters, there's semester 1 and 2, and it switches the courses. So you get, like, a refreshment of new, like, entertainment and stuff.
Yeah, you're not stuck in the same spot.
Yeah.
I really liked that too. As soon as I got to grade 9, I felt like I finally understood education a little bit, because I was like, oh wow, I have this period, and then I get to go into the next one, and then the next one. I keep moving, and that's really nice throughout the day.
Yeah, I know.
Especially because I find like in elementary school, a lot of teachers don't prioritize like getting up from your desk every hour and like doing a stretch or walking around. Like being able to move after you learn something, I feel like it's really, really important.
Yeah, and in middle school, you only have 2 teachers, and like I had a science and a gym teacher, but we rarely had gym and science.
Oh, okay. So when you say middle school, you actually mean like you went to middle school?
No, I'm at like elementary school.
Oh, okay. So you had 2 teachers?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
One for French, and one for like math and
everything
all that.
else. Yeah.
And my math teacher, we didn't get along too well.
Why is that?
I don't know, to be honest.
Don't worry,
I mean,
you
half
won't
of
be
it was
calling them
my
out.
fault. Like, I'll take that.
Honestly, I feel like every time, us youth decide, I shouldn't say us youth, I'm not really in the youth bracket anymore. But, like when I complained about teachers, it was mainly my fault.
I know.
Yeah. And parents know. Like, you ever get that look from like your mom or like dad, like where like when you go and you complain, they're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my teacher, he was so boring. It made the classes feel like 20 hours longer.
Oh, it's hard to learn in that kind of environment.
I know.
Yeah. So for you, like in high school, what about high school, how it's set up, helps you learn and grow?
Well, it's definitely like the teachers. Like a lot of my teachers, they're like nice and personable.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So you're able to like connect with them and like focus more.
Mm.
And it's also like the people. Like every class, it's new people. So you get to like meet new people and meet new friends.
Yeah, you kind of get like a new social kind of environment every single time. I had a different experience because I went to St. Pat's, but it was back in the day when it was like at the old location.
Like St. Christopher's?
Yeah, so I did not go to St. Chris, but I went to St. Pat's. So it was like the one that was on East.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and so I had the privilege, honestly, to have the same people in every single class, which looking back on it, I didn't like it in the moment, but now looking back on it, I really liked, because we only had 100 people in my grade. 100 people, that's
like nothing.
Yeah, I know, it's like the smallest group ever. So I had like the same timetable as most of my friends, the same classes, everything. For you, like how many students are in your grade?
I don't really know, probably like in my grade, like 200.
Wow. See, I didn't have to deal with that. It's like double the amount of people I had to deal with. I don't even know how you do. Like, how do you manage going into a school that big with having the commitment of being a good student, a good athlete? It seems like a lot of pressure to walk into a lot of people's faces.
Yeah, you definitely got to like manage your time well because you have like sports. Then when you get home, you have to study. And then you still want to have time to relax and like hang out with friends, obviously.
Have a life,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you time manage?
Well, for wrestling, it's pretty easy. You had to stay like in school, and then wrestling's right there.
Yeah.
But then when I get home, it's definitely hard to like focus and do my work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially like when I could just do other things. But
yeah,
it's I'll manage to get it done.
That's good. Are you addicted to TikTok?
No, I wouldn't say like addicted, but like every now and then I just find myself not wanting to do my work and just scrolling instead.
Oh yeah, I do that sometimes too. Sometimes a good like hour on TikTok is actually really nice because then you
Yeah.
feel like you learn stuff, you get like a couple good laughs. It's just when you go past an hour, I find like I get like agitated after a while because I'm
know.
just constantly like scrolling.
Yep.
But for folks that say that like technology, like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, are ruining your generation, what would you say about that? Because you're in it, you're experiencing it. Do you find that it's ruining your generation?
I mean, it's like 50-50, I'd find. Like, I find people are definitely like a lot less social. Like on my bus, I'll be like talking with like 1 or 2 people, and then everyone else would just be like dead silent. There's on their phones.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is not the bus I experienced. Oh my God.
I know.
I kind of wish that was my bus experience though sometimes because my bus was rowdy. I was the Point Edward kid gang. So it was like all of us like that grew up together just were on the same bus and it was rowdy. And the bus driver would always have to yell at us to like shut up and be quiet, but we never were. But that's really interesting that you say it's 50-50.
Yeah.
So what about the other 50%? Like, because you're saying like it's some people are on their phones, some people aren't. So why would you describe it as 50-50 as a whole?
Well, it can be good because obviously we can know a lot more about like the world, what's going on.
Yeah.
And also you could communicate to friends way easier.
Yeah.
Like I probably wouldn't be able to like hang out with my school friends if I couldn't like talk to them after school and to make plans.
That's a really good point because I didn't have social media until I was in grade 8 and I didn't have a phone until I was in grade 8.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I only had people's numbers and that was pretty much it. And then I feel like with Snapchat, you can talk to so many people.
Oh, I know. You can talk to
It's
everyone.
nuts. Yeah, it's so wild. But then again, I don't think I'd want to take away, like you said, the learning opportunities that come with technology.
Yeah.
It's too cool to be able to be like, I wonder what this means, and then just be able to Google it. Like that's really, we get to like have that privilege, which is really cool.
Yeah, you could definitely learn a lot more stuff. Like I learned like some coding and like programming.
That is so, see, I didn't have access to that when I was like, I guess when I was your age, I probably could have had access to it, just wasn't as easily accessible.
Yeah, like all I did was like look up best websites to learn coding,
Oh,
and
wow.
then there it is, and just look it up, and
You're
now
just
I'm
like ready
learning
to
it.
go. That is really cool. So now if you like need a break from homework, you can just do that homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing. That's actually really fun. Coding can be really fun.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the last question of our little segment here. So what is the greatest advice you've ever been given?
Ever been given? I think try your hardest. Like work like hard and like do what you really want to do while you can, because you won't be able to do it when you're like really old.
Yeah, that's true. I hope like when you say really old, you mean like 80 plus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. some people your age think it's like 30 plus. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's also good to like go outside and like meet friends.
Yeah.
You want to have like a childhood and like stories to tell when you're older.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Kaenen. That was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. And have a great time, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.